Hello, sorry for the terrible video quality, but I am walking. Um, it is 7:28 p.m. on Friday, February 8th. I'm walking to Friday night's Smash tournament. I had to miss last week's, so I'm feeling a little rusty, and I've only been able to practice for a little bit throughout the past 2 weeks. So we're just gonna try to get back up to speed. Keep practicing what I've always been practicing with a bit of a different focus, and then see where we're at. The cool thing about this week though is that I did invite one of my friends from one of my classes to come, and he's actually said he'd come, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's always nice to see new people try to get in. Hope he has a good time. I'm gonna meet him there soon. See you next time. So it is 12:39 a.m. I got back a while ago from the tournament. I stayed pretty late because there were some Street Fighter setups and I wanted to play a little bit. It was a good time. I think I ended up getting like fourth or fifth. I'm not sure. We ended up doing a round robin where basically is because there were like 9 people there. Basically everybody just played everybody else, which is kind of like an endurance test, but it's a lot of fun because you get to play way more games and you get to play everyone in the room. So it's really nice. I was playing pretty badly at the beginning, I feel like. Um, I I was pretty rusty, and I was starting to get a little tilted and getting really mad at myself because I wasn't playing as well as I wanted to. But I played against my older brother, and I kind of like realized it's like, okay, I'm getting really tilted, and I need to do something about that. So I was a little scared because I think I lost my first three sets, and I'm like, oh no, what if the thoughts start creeping in, like, oh no, like what if I like go 0-8 or something and never win the set? That would be really sad. Um, but the first person I beat ended up being my older brother, who was like a pretty hard opponent. He ended up being pretty mad at himself afterwards, but he'll get over it. Yeah, so I beat a few rivals. I lost to a guy who had been beaten before, and I lost to a guy who I'd always beaten. I think I wasn't really locked in enough, so he ended up beating me. I'm not too worried. So I'm pretty happy that I was able to kind of like sharpen myself up through the tournament and get a little better. Um, I played against Varun again, that Yoshi player who I lose to, and I was this close to beating him. It was pretty clear that I was outplaying him a little more, and I was doing the right things, but he found a way to eke out the win in the last moment, and I'm pretty sad about that. I just I need to know like what's. I think my game plan against him was working pretty well. I need to execute on it better next time. Um, and I played pretty well against Caleb, who I always go back and forth with, and I ended up making, I think, a reverse 3-0 on Albert, and I may or may not have reverse 3 of him. Basically, where they win the first two games, and then I win 3 games after that. So it's usually a pretty good achievement because it means you were pretty bad. You were at a pretty low point, but then you brought it all the way back. So I did that twice in a row, so that was pretty good. And against Nathan, who's like much better than me, I managed to take a game off him, which I'm pretty happy about. So overall, like not too bad. Finished pretty middle of the pack, I guess, as I do very often. I wonder if that makes me mid. So yeah, it was good playing again. The friend I invited had a great time, even though I don't think he beat anybody. But he had a great time, so I'm pretty happy about that. We'll see if there is. I'm starting to realize that there's a problem with like how much I'm playing, and like I'm so busy like that. Like I can't really play that much, and getting practice is so hard nowadays. And I wonder if like I can really make the progress I want to make with the rate I'm practicing at, and we'll see. I'm just gonna keep trying my best to practice. The good part is that a lot of my matches were streamed, so I'll be going over some of those recordings, a lot of those recordings later on. So I'm pretty excited about getting a chance to review, especially against Varun. All of these sets I've lost to him. Not a single one was recorded. I never got a chance to like really look back on it, but this one is. So I think I can get a good chance to really analyze how I'm doing and to see like what I can improve on. Yeah, so that's the post-tournament recap. I'll see you next time.